as well as those alumni who have returned to join us for the 125th year of the osteopathic profession in our university, A.T. Still University. First and foremost, I want to welcome, I'm going to go around the room here, to my left, our reunion alumni, our CME attendees, our gold medallion members, our KOAA award nominees, our honorees, and also our ATSU students, faculty, and staff. We have several international guests. Our Arizona Staff Council is with us as well as Alumni Association members and our ATSU Board of Trustees. It is my pleasure now to introduce to you Dr. Sean Summerer. Dr. Summerer joined us at the President's staff as Vice President of University Advancement in 2014. In this role, Sean oversees the departments of Advancement Services, Development, Communications and Marketing, Alumni Relations, and the Museum. Please help me welcome Dr. Sean Summerer.
Thank you, Bob. I am delighted that all of you are here. I'm delighted to be here as well on this gorgeous day, and I'm going to, I have to start out with giving a shout out to the state of Missouri and the City Council once again for providing this weather that is just spectacular. I do get to spend a lot of time here, and I don't know how you dial it in, but thank you so much. And it's just been a delight. It's good to see everybody, and I want to thank all of you sincerely for taking time out to join us on our 125th anniversary. Again, we appreciate all that you do for us in all the ways you give, all the ways you contribute, particularly the time and the resources that you give to this wonderful university. And I sincerely thank you on behalf of all. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the president of A.T. Still University and 1984 graduate of KCOM, Dr. Craig Phelps.
Thanks, Dr. Feel free to go up there so you don't have to feel like you're looking at the back of my head. Welcome, everybody. What a wonderful time to be in Kirksville, Missouri. The weather is fantastic, and more important is the fellowship. We have a great group of alumni here, and I was in Philadelphia 2 weeks ago for the AOA meeting, and an alum came up and said one of the proudest moments of his life was when he was acknowledged for his 50-year graduation reunion, and he received his medal. He said that was one of the highlights of his life. So thank you for being here and sharing many, many years with us, being part of our family, and being here today so you can provide opportunity for our faculty and staff to meet and talk with you, but more importantly, interaction with our students so they know that the future is bright and that the education that they receive is of great, great value. So thank you very much. When you celebrate 125 years, a lot of things happen. And so we did have a letter from Representative Graves that was actually read into the Congressional Record, which was read into to the Speaker of the House, Mr. Graves. Mr. Speaker, I proudly pause to recognize A.T. Still University and Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine on their 125th anniversary. Then it goes on and talks about the history and about the university, and this was actually read before the House of Representatives, and so we'll send you a great note of thank you. But when you get into these levels and you get into Washington, D.C., and people realize the impact that we're having at all levels of administration, from the presidential office to the Senate, to the House, and to HRSA and those other areas, we have arrived, and they listen and they seek our input. We also have a letter from you're going to meet a couple of other people here. We have a couple of letters. So Representative Blunt also sent a letter. I won't read it, but we'll have it available for those that might. Congratulations on our 125th anniversary. Talks about the history of A.T. Still University and the impact that osteopathic medicine university has made on the nation and the state of Missouri. Claire McClaskill from the United States Senate also sent a similar letter. So these folks really do get it, and their staff do understand the importance of the contribution of A.T. Still University, our graduates in osteopathic medicine. But we also have some folks that are here to congratulate us, and I'd like to have Nate Walker, our representative, come up first. Nate has been a great supporter of education throughout Northeast Missouri and throughout Missouri. We're honored to have him represent us. And yesterday he announced that he'll be seeking the state senate position within Missouri. So Nate is a true supporter of education, and particularly Truman and A.T. Still University. And put 1,000 miles on your car yesterday for your announcement.
Okay. I actually have two presentations. I'm the state representative for the 3rd District, so this district covers the territory that I represent, and I'm very proud to represent A.T. Still University. 3 or 4 years ago, Dr. Still was named a famous Missourian, and it was quite an accomplishment. It was the first time it was the people's choice, and it was the alumni, faculty, and people that understood the contribution to medicine and the contribution to Missouri that got Dr. Still to be one of the famous Missourian designation. Earlier this year, Dr. Wilson and lots of students came to the Capitol, and I was on a panel, and I was able to present a resolution from the Missouri House of Representatives. 2 other representatives who are DOs were on that panel also, and they were upset that I didn't get their names in the proclamation, so we added their names on it, so I'm gonna read him that one. But I'm really honored today to represent our Governor Eric Greitens. And Governor Greitens is in his first term, but he's been to Kirksville, and he's supportive of this school, and so he put together a resolution, and I think he's on a trade mission someplace where he couldn't be up here today. But it's my pleasure to present this to Dr. Phelps, and on behalf of the Governor of the state of Missouri, Eric Greitens, and on behalf of the Missouri House of Representatives, Speaker Todd Richardson, I've got 2 resolutions, and just honored to be here, and you guys have a good time because we ordered this weather just especially for you.
We'll have these available afterwards. We'll put them up up front here on the table as they'd like to come by and read these wonderful support documents and proclamations. Mayor. Yep. So when I first came on board, I think you were the mayor, or quickly became the mayor. I think it was right after I came on board as president, and I was wonderfully treated and welcomed by the city council and the mayor and the leadership in the city of Kirksville. And you know, the two exist together. It's the 175th anniversary of Kirksville, the city of Kirksville, our 125th anniversary, and Truman's 150th anniversary. So we've been partying like it's 1999 the last few months. So it's been a lot of fun. We've had a great time. But the city has done a lot. Many of you have heard the story when Dr. Still first came. You know, any start takes investment. And if you're going to start a business today, it takes millions and millions and millions of dollars to get going, right? We hear those stories. We watch Shark Tank. But when Dr. Still came to Kirksville, he had this idea, this concept. But once again, it took a tremendous amount of personal resource, community resource, and the city of Kirksville stood behind him and said, hey, we do believe in this. We think we can see the future. We think this is your home. We think that you may be the best economic development that we've seen since Truman had come when Truman's 4th or 5th or 6th other name first came 25 years prior to that. We think that this is an investment. The people in Kirksville got together and came forward with some funds to keep A.T. Still University and its infant state alive and going and continue to progress. Then several years ago, when we talked about the Missouri School of Dentistry and Oral Health, the citizens and the city raised well over $1 million to have the Missouri School of Dentistry and Oral Health take shape and become part of the dream of the university. And so the city has been there all the time. Our students do things in the community. They're well received in the community. but once again, they're treated very, very well by the citizens of Kirksville, Northeast Missouri. So, Mayor Detweiler, thank you.
I want to thank everybody for coming here today. When you're dealing with people like Dr. Felt, it's really easy to come up with big words. You don't want to overdo it, but it's kind of hard not to overdo it. As good a job he and his family has really added something to this university and to the city itself. And for that, we thank him very much. The collaboration between the city and AT Still goes back even before AT Still University started. And the people of Kirksville actually, he was running out of money and was planning on leave town. And the people of Kirksville collected money to help him continue his business, his education, his dream. And ever since then, we've done the same thing. And it's as basic a dream as you can ever have. And we appreciate the help AT Still has given to the city of Kirksville for all these years. I want to say good morning and thank you for inviting the city of Kirksville to participate in this historic Founders Day. 125 years ago, Dr. A.T. Still made the decision to establish the world's first college of osteopathic medicine right here in Kirksville. And our entire community has benefited from that decision ever since. On behalf of the City Council, I want to thank ATSU for being such an excellent part of our community, and all of you for continuing A.T. Still's legacy into the future. And I also have an official proclamation. Now, I'm going to save you from having to sit there and listen to me talk for a long time. It just reiterates how much you've done for us and how much we've all helped each other. Thank you very much.
Excellent. And these are just gorgeous, beautiful documents that will display and then eventually go into the museum. So some very, very wonderful, very unique things. Well, like we said, this is really a celebration of our community, a celebration of our alumni, a celebration of our profession and all of the schools and programs that have come forward since A.T. Still University was founded. And we, the other day we were thinking about the accomplishments. We thought it was pretty ironic that KCOM really spurred the initiative of the School of Osteopathic Medicine in Arizona, right? So not only did it, per se, inspire or birth many, many DO schools, but one of its direct sister schools in Mesa, Arizona. And then we're thinking about, wow, how did MOSDO get here? Well, MOSDO got here because of the Arizona School of Dentistry and Oral Health, once again, inspiring the Missouri School of Dentistry and Oral Health. So you see how that kind of continuing investment in that continuing circle of care and providing health professions education grows the entire university. And when the university grows and is successful, the population of the country continues to get better. But we're very blessed with a dedicated board of trustees, and they're tired of hearing me say this over and over again. When you sign on, I think we probably have some former board of trustee members here. Did some of you serve on the board? I know some of you did. Yeah, Larry for many, many years, Dr. Wickless. Anybody else on the board of trustees? Well, it's not too late. So our board of trustee members come from all different areas in education, healthcare, and business. They provide the well-rounded leadership that helps us decide which direction the university should go. Our strategic plan is signed off and actually contributed to through our board of trustees. The board of trustees, think about this, every 90 days leave their families, their jobs, sometimes their patients, and they have to come to Kirksville, Missouri. Now, that's nice this time of the year, but they also come to Arizona. They have another 4 meetings a year, so every 90 days they're getting up and doing this. And they do it, they commit to 9 years. So I give you an example. If your daughter is 10 years old, when you start on the board, she's going to be in college by the time you get off the board of trustees. So you have to think about the impact that that has on the family. But when you have those type of people volunteering their time and paying to do this, right? They pay their expenses and they donate to the university. That tells you that there's something that they believe in, that they feel that they're making a difference in the health care of America. So it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Gary Wiltz. Dr. Wiltz is here today speaking for Ann Filkey. Ann Filkey is our board chair. However, she could not make it to this meeting, and I won't get into the reason why, but if you do, you would understand it. But Dr. Wiltz has has graciously taken over as chair of this board meeting, and we'll invite him up to say a few words. Dr. Wiltz also educates our students in Louisiana, so we get he gets to actually see, not only does he hear about it, he gets to interact, and then you actually hired one of our graduates that was at your clinic. Very cool. Yes.
Thank you, Greg. First of all, I'd like to recognize the Board of Trustees members that are here. If you'd stand up just for a moment. There they are. And let me just say that it is an honor and a privilege to be on the Board of Trustees of AT Still. And we take it very seriously as a responsibility, and you know, we cannot, and I speak for all the Board of Trustee members, that we cannot communicate to you how proud and privileged we are to serve this university. And I want to congratulate the faculty, staff, and students, because of the work that you do. Before we came in here, there were several slides that Dr. Gevitz put up that showed the influence of AT Still throughout the nation. And at some point, I think that would be great to share with the audience. It's a map of the United States, and in every state and territory, AT Still has had an influence. And that's a testimony to, obviously, your founder, but also to the work that all of you have done as alumni. And let me just say, I know it's not an elephant in the room, but that wasn't a misprint on the program. Behind my name is MD. The only reason that there's an MD behind my name is because I was not fortunate enough to be exposed to osteopathic medicine when I was a young pre-med student. And Craig has heard me say this, and I say it before this audience, like I've said it before the national audience in DC, that had I been given the opportunity, I know that I would have chosen osteopathic medicine, because you all represent the best medicine. And I say that unashamedly, I completely embrace the tenets of osteopathic medicine. You all produce the most astounding students, far superior, and I've mentored medical students from all institutions for 35 years now. But I can say without a doubt that AT Still students are the most prepared that we've ever had, both on the dental side as well as on the medical side. So thank you all again for all the work you do, and enjoy the celebration.
Thank you, Dr. Wells. Just want to remind everybody it's a great day, and this evening we look forward to the celebration birthday party, and hopefully I'll get to meet those that I don't have a chance to in the middle of today's board meeting to come by and say hello. But I'll be there tonight, and I would love for you to come up to me and tell me your story, and would love to hear a little bit more about our great alums. So turn this back over to Bob. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Phelps, Dr. Summer, and Dr. Wiltz. It's my pleasure right now to introduce to you a KCOM alum from 1991. He is also the president of the Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association. And I asked Dr. David Goldman to please come forward so that we can now present some of the honorees that were identified by the Alumni Association. So.
It is indeed a pleasure to be here today with all of you, and I see many familiar faces. And to the class of 1992, congratulations on being back for your reunion, and the class before. And it is a pleasure to see so many familiar faces here today, and an honor to be here. Each year, the Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association recognizes and honors award recipients during the AOA OMED convention, this year held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A few of the honorees this year were unable to attend the Philadelphia conference, and therefore, it is at this time we will recognize these 2017 Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association Award recipients. Detailed information of the entire 2017 KOAA Award recipient panel will be included in the KOAA Honors Excellence booklets and these will be mailed to all of you at your homes. Each of the following individuals are being inducted as KOAA honorary members. Honorary membership in the Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association may be conferred by specific action and approval of the KOAA Board of Directors upon persons who have rendered meritorious service to osteopathic education. As I call your name, please come forward to accept your award. Clyde Evans, PhD. Dr. Evans is an alumnus of the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation Health Policy Fellows Program and president of CE Consulting in Needham, Massachusetts. Dr. Evans also served on the ATSU Board of Trustees. And I'm not sure if Dr. Evans is present with us today.
He's not here today.
He's not here? Very good. Please keep that in mind when you see him. Please give him a pat on the back and a handshake congratulating him. Dr. Harold Lawson, DO. Dr. Lawson received his Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree from Midwestern University in Chicago, Illinois in 2000 and completed a family practice residency at the Southern Illinois University Center for Family Medicine in 2003. Dr. Lawson has completed several physician-related leadership programs, including the Certified Physician Executive Program. Thank you. There's more to come, so I appreciate your patience there, Harry, in holding. He utilizes his leadership and osteopathic medicine skills through many roles. Dr. Lawson currently serves as the Chief Medical Officer for the SIU Healthcare System. He's an Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs and Population Health, as well as a professor for Southern Illinois University School of Medicine. He is extremely active in supporting the osteopathic profession at the state and national level, and served as a KCUM Regional Assistant Dean from 2003 till 2007, and as an adjunct professor between 2008 and 2014. Harry, congratulations. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Lawson. Dr. Karen Snyder, DO, and she's not able to attend. We also congratulate Dr. Jevbrod, Marika Jevbrod, who's also not able to be in attendance. So please, a round of applause now for all of our recipients. And I thank you all for your service. The Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association Distinguished Service Award was established in 1991 to recognize alumni and friends of the college and KOAA who have provided outstanding service and/or financial support to ATSU KCOM. The Distinguished Service Award recipients: Dr. Tatiana Kondrashova, MD, PhD. Dr. Kondrashova is the Clinical Imaging Coordinator and holds the rank of Associate Professor in ATSU KCOM's Family Medicine Department. Dr. Kondrashova developed the Clinical Ultrasound course for medical students. In this course, she implemented several innovative approaches to teach clinical ultrasound as part of the patient-centered curriculum. Through her dedication to make basic medical education more interesting and engaging for students using ultrasound, she used ultrasound technology as an integrative learning tool that prepares students to deal with complex medical situations more efficiently by building a connection between basic and clinical sciences. Tatiana has been married for almost 25 years to Peter Kondrashov, who serves as the chair of the KCOM Anatomy Department. Together they have a 21-year-old daughter, Maria, who is with us, who is a junior at Truman State University and is a candidate for the Early Admittance Program at KCOM. In her free time, Dr. Kondrashova likes to travel with her family to learn about other cultures. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Kondrashova. I now pass the microphone to our Dean and Dr. Wilson.
Thank you, Dr. Goldman, and it is truly a privilege today to present the second Distinguished Service Award. And this award is awarded to Dr. Neil Sargentini. Dr. Sargentini passed away on September 28th. He had been a member of our faculty, came to KSWM in 1991, was professor and chair of the Department of Microbiology. For all of us that knew and just loved him, we knew him as such a kind, generous individual, but just truly had the gift of being an extraordinary teacher. I had an outpouring of response at his passing from students that had had him, over the decades, and they all reported how much he had touched their lives and inspired them. He was just an amazing teacher, an amazing human being, probably the hardest working faculty member I have ever had the privilege to work with. And we're just so grateful for the service that he gave to our institution, but more importantly to the thousands of osteopathic medical students from our school, and he also taught at our dental school more recently. But all the students he touched, which his effect will have an effect on patients across the country. So my privilege today to present this award. His wife Jennifer's here, and I'm going to ask that his son Michael Sargentini come forward to accept the Distinguished Service Award in honor of his dad, Neil Sargentini, PhD.
The Living Tribute Award. The Living Tribute Award was established by the Kirksville Osteopathic Alumni Association in 1969 to recognize and honor KCOM faculty members and administrators for their outstanding accomplishments and/or long-term service to the college. Candidates are nominated by the ATSU President and KCOM Dean. Final selection is determined by the KOAA Board of Directors. This year's Living Tribute Award recipient is G. Barry Robbins, DO, FACN, 1970. Dr. Robbins has devoted over 40 years of his highly distinguished career to caring for patients and educating and training medical students, interns, and residents. Currently, Dr. Robbins serves as a professor of neurobehavioral sciences here at ATSU KCOM. He has served as a lecturer at numerous continuing education programs, and most recently as a designated presenter for his specialty college. He is recognized as a distinguished fellow by the American College of Neurology and Psychiatry and has participated on many health-related committees and boards. Dr. Robbins lives in Kirksville, Missouri, has 3 adult children and 10 grandchildren with whom he enjoys spending time and attending their numerous sporting events. Dr. Robbins' daughter, Danielle, her husband, Brad, and son, Alex, along with Dr. Robbins' son, Trey, his wife, Jennifer, and 3 children, Mason, Matthew, and Marley, along with Dr. Robbins' youngest daughter, Megan, and 2 of her children, Dakota and Emma, have joined us here today to celebrate Dr. Robbins as he's honored by the KOAA. Dr. Robbins' family surprised him in coming here today, and we are honored to have them all here present with us. And thank you all for coming to help us celebrate Dr. Robbins' accomplishments and achievements.
He doesn't like surprises.
Yeah, we can. If everyone wants to get there, we'll do it real quick. All right. Okay. Wait. She's right in the middle of it. Sorry. All right, guys. Looks good, looks good. Scoot over this way a little bit. Great. Smile, Mary. There we go. Good job.
Again, we congratulate all those well-deserved individuals. And please remember that you will be receiving your KOAA Honors Excellent booklet for 2017 in the mail. Again, thank you all for all your service. Bring Bob Dean back up. Thank you. I'll pass the baton.
All right, thank you. Well, that's kind of a tough act to follow, but we do have 3 outstanding deans here on our Missouri campus, and I'm going to ask first Dr. Margaret Wilson, Kirksville native and longtime ATSU KCOM employee, as mentioned earlier, and have Dr. Wilson, she serves as the Dean of the Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine and graduated from KCOM in 1982. Dr. Wilson.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and I'll keep my comments brief today because I think I've talked to every group in the room, and certainly you don't want to hear me once again. But you know, my main message today is welcome. Welcome home. Welcome back. You know, we are just so fortunate to be part of this profession and part of this institution and the history that it brings. You know, when I look across the room, I see, you know, alumni, there's students, there's faculty, there's staff. They all represent who we are and what we are, and it's just amazing to think on today, Founders Day, you know, where we've come from, and what a wonderful, generous group of people. I get the opportunity to meet with many alumni over the year, and they're so key to the success of our school and the success of our students. And our students we have the brightest, most you know, service-oriented, compassionate young people that come to us to, you know, transform into this osteopathic physician. And we're just so fortunate for the good that they go out and do in the world, and the people and the patients that they touch in their lives. You know, I'm here to tell you things are great at KCOM. Our school is alive and thriving. The profession obviously is growing and thriving. And it's due to all of us, you know, that collective all of the osteopathic profession that makes us strong. You know, I'm a little bit of I think they call me a little bit of an osteopathic nerd here perhaps, but each year I try to give an AT Still quote. And I picked one today because it's Founders Day, and we honor our founder, someone who, you know, was visionary and really looked beyond what medicine had to offer for the day, and none of us would be here without him today. But he did not claim the profession. He did not. So I want to read you the quote and what he felt about his role. Today we remember him on Founders Day. I do not claim to be the author of this science of osteopathy. No human hand framed its laws. I ask no greater honor than to have discovered it. So we are grateful that he discovered it. So welcome back. Thank you for all you do, and please have a wonderful Founder's Day.